Hi everyone, it's me, Darlene. I am on my way out. I'm going shopping. I'm going out this afternoon into the evening, and I just wanted to do a little video about my mother. Today would have been her 100th birthday, and exactly a week from today will be her 1-year anniversary of her death. She turned 99 on a Saturday in 2022, and then she died the next Saturday. So she made it to 99. She had her last birthday, and I was very happy that I got to see one more birthday with her, because when she turned 98, she had just ended up in a nursing home for rehab for her legs, things like that. She was having some issues, so they put her in a nursing home, and that's when we decided she could have long-term care. This was in 2021, the year of still the pandemic, and that gave me a babysitter, a full-time babysitter, for me to be able to pack up to move. You know, I spent all the time that she was in there getting ready to move to Mississippi. So that was good. But the thing is, what made me sad back then is I couldn't see her for her birthday, her 98th birthday. And I did everything in my power for them to let me bring her a piece of cake. That they didn't want any outside food coming in. And I called the kitchen, can you please give my mother something to celebrate her birthday? You know, and she never got anything. So I was like, okay, you know, if she makes it to 99, I will give her a birthday. And she did make it to 99 here in Mississippi. And we gave her a nice party. Skylar and her friend made food, and Derek, of course, was with us, and but that morning didn't start out good. I thought she was going to die that day. She wasn't responsive at all, and I called the priest to have him come and give her her last rites, because she was a Catholic, and I knew that's what she would have wanted, and he did. And she started to open her eyes a little bit while he was there. And then she made like a really good recovery, and we were able to have her birthday. She was able to talk on the phone to one of my brothers and to my sister and to a cousin, you know, just different people. So that was nice. And I do have that birthday recorded, but I've never watched it. And, you know, so I don't plan on doing that today either. You know, and then she just started to go downhill after that, and she died a week later. And I won't be doing anything for the year anniversary. I just thought I would do this for her birthday. I just want to wrap things up, closure for me, and I just thought it would be nice to just give her this birthday gift of a video about her where I'm not filled with anger and pain and suffering and regrets. I mean, those of you who know my story, you know, it was just a really, really rough relationship with my mother, you know, abusive, toxic, all that stuff. And, you know, I was very worried about how I would take it when she finally died. I was like so worried that I would be just forever mad at her, and there would be no chance anymore to ever have that be right, to ever fix that. I knew it could never be fixed. She was a narcissist, and it was just, you know, going to be that way. But I'm very happy to say that, you know, it took me a few months to just get past, you know, the angry stage after she died. And it was drawn out because it took forever to get her ashes, and then I had to bring them to Maine, and we did that last summer. And, you know, there was just one thing after another, and then I was just trying to find my place in this world without being a 24/7, 365 for 62 years caregiver for my mother. And when I say, you know, 62 years, I really was taking care of her my entire life that I can remember, even as a little girl, because she was always dying and things like that. And I was always responsible for her, or made to feel responsible, even as a very young child. So yeah, it was a lifelong thing, and I'm just glad that when she died, I have no regrets, and I don't hate her. I'm not mad at her. I actually loved my mother very much. But it was the mother that I had in my head, the mother she could be sometimes. And I just wanted her to always be that mother, and not the mother that could turn into a monster at any, at any moment. It was a life constantly filled with fear, because I never knew what would happen in the next moment, or the next day, or even the next week. Sometimes there were some good periods, but I was always scared. It was like constantly scared. But I know that she couldn't help that, and so I'm not mad at her, and at all. And I'm just really happy about that I can just continue my life now and just start over, and I've started over, and it feels so good to have different things in my life, making friends, going out and having fun, and I do think that my mother would be happy that this is happening for me. As for staying with my mother all those years, I always asked myself, why don't you just leave? Just leave, especially when I got sober. There was nothing stopping me. I could have just left her to somebody else's care, force my siblings to jump in, something. But I know now why I never left. It's because nobody else would have taken care of her. She would have ended up in a nursing home, and she would have been either abused by the nursing staff, or at the very least neglected, and or even drugged, because she would just have outbursts, and she was very, very difficult, to say the least, and especially with total strangers. And she was in a nursing home, was it like 6 months, 7 months, something like that, while I was getting ready to move us here. And I had a very difficult time with the staff, and they wanted to over-medicate her just to shut her up. They were calling me constantly to do something about her, and I'm like, if I could take care of her all these years, you guys can take care of her until I get her moved. And I refused to let them drug her just so they could handle her easily. It's just, I never really talked about what I went through with the nursing home, but it was awful. So I know that I was protecting my mother, and I would do the same for a mad dog. You know what I mean? I would want that dog to get the best care as possible, and not just be put in a kennel somewhere and to be doped up or neglected or beaten because it was a bad dog, And I knew with my mother, she was going to get the best that I could at least give her, And then when the times were good, I knew, okay, she's okay right now. And that would make me feel good that, she wasn't in a nursing home, just constantly miserable. That she was in that addition that I built for her, so she could have a nice place to live. Anyway, I just wanted to wish my mother a happy birthday. I just wish it could have been a life that could have fully been celebrated, instead of everything that we went through together, and not just me. She affected many. But now it's all good, and just so happy to be at this 1 year spot. I'm just going to move forward, and I can't wait to see what awesome things are in my future, because it has to be up from here. That's all I can say. So thank you so much for watching, and for all the awesome comments I've been getting from you guys. You have really helped me now through this step of me transitioning into a woman who has freedom, and just can do. I can do whatever I want. I just can't even believe it. I'm free to do as I please. And I'm taking full advantage of that. I know I've been hitting it hard with going out and having fun, but that's what I feel like doing right now. So that's what I'm continuing to do. So thank you for listening to me. Thank you for having been with me through all of this, all the past 8 years where I was dealing with my mother on a daily basis, and then through that entire move, and then through her death, and now through this. This is the most exciting part of my entire life, and I really want you guys to all stick around and help me celebrate. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.